Hey everyone, today I'm coming to you with a review on the brand new Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy comic Star-Lord. Now I did get this guy at Walmart Canada and he is a Walmart exclusive. I paid around $37 Canadian, so certainly steep for what you are getting. But that being said, I do enjoy this figure and I certainly enjoy it a lot more than I was expecting. But in the end, this is just a Vulcan body, so I don't have too much to say. But without further ado, let's get into the review for the brand new Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy comic Star-Lord. Now as always, before I go over the figure, I do want to start off with the packaging for this guy. He is in your standard Marvel Legends plastic-free packaging design. On the front, you have a rendered image of the figure. Behind that, you have a comic image of the character. Up top, Star-Lord's name. Down below, we have the comic Guardians of the Galaxy logo, which is quite a nice change of pace, honestly. I'm so sick of seeing the MCU Guardians logo at this point. Down below, don't choke. Plastic-free packaging, Hasbro. And then on this side, we have another comic image of the character, him this time soaring through the galaxy, which is quite nice and fitting. Marvel Legends series logo down below. On the back, we have another rendered image of the figure. Behind him, we have a bunch of comic panels, which is also very nice. And then we also have his accessories here, being an extra set of hands, as well as his sword. Star-Lord, Marvel Legends series logo, bunch of legalese and jibber jabber down below. Nothing really on the bottom. On this side, we have another rendered image, kind of just being in a vanilla pose this time. On the top, that same Guardians of the Galaxy comic logo, Marvel Legends series logo, 4+, nothing much more to go over. So without further ado, let's get into the Star-Lord figure himself. And here we have the Star-Lord figure himself, along with his accessories being his extra set of fists, a sword, and a gun. This sword we have gotten a few times before in the Marvel Legends line with figures such as Pirate Pool and Nightcrawler. I believe this is the same kind of color scheme though. I could be wrong on that. But anyways, you do just have this gold here, which is kind of the same gold that we have on the figure, although maybe a little bit different. And then the silver is quite nice as well. Then for the gun, I'm not a huge fan of this. We have gotten it many times before in the Marvel Legends line, and especially in this color, it is very, very boring. I don't even know if it is really fit for the Star-Lord, as he is a very, very old design of the character. But anyways, you can holster the gun in his holster on the side, and that is quite nice and interesting because this is a new belt, so they designed it for this really old gun. I don't know, at that point they should have just made a new gun for the figure. And then of course, last up, we have his extra set of fists, which nothing too crazy going on here except a whole lot of marbleization. Now, as for the Star-Lord figure itself, there isn't actually that much to talk about, as it is just a Vulcan body with a brand new head sculpt and a brand new belt. That head sculpt, however, is quite nice, and I really do enjoy the shine that we have on there. Really does make this thing pop, although if it was on the rest of this figure, it would have made it pop even more. But as it stands, the color that they went with works well enough, I guess. Although the paint on this thing is probably my biggest gripe, especially on that head sculpt right there. The tan or the skin color kind of bleeds onto those big old bug eyes, which I really love those big old bug eyes. I don't love that pink going on there, but those big old bug eyes are so different from the Star-Lord that I know, at least the MCU design that I'm so familiar with. Well, this whole figure is, I guess, that when it was revealed, I was like, whoa, that is very different. But I guess it does fit for the character, more specifically his very old comic design. But other than that, there isn't that much more to go over with that head sculpt. Probably my favorite part on this thing. Now, the paint does continue down on this arms, or at least the paint problem does continue onto the arms. As you can see, it misses right there, misses right there, there, up there, there, mine, there, and there, and there. That's probably my biggest problem, especially with the price I'm paying for this thing. To have all these just paint apps be all messed up is quite annoying, and I'm not a fan of Hasbro for that. But you know me, I'm still gonna buy their figures, as that's what I do, and I'm probably not gonna stop because I can't get enough of Marvel Legends. But anyways, the belt is the other new sculpt here, and I do like what we have going on there. Not a lot to talk about. It's kind of just a pattern throughout, and I do like that. But at the same time, like I just said, there isn't that much to talk about. Don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a comic Guardians logo, but that could be as well, and they're very different from each other. But whatever it is, if you know, let me know in the comments down below. But like I said, it is just a Vulcan body, so what you see is what you get. What you get is quite nice. I really do enjoy this Vulcan body. I have seen a lot of people do this mod with the butterfly joints. The butterfly joint range is good enough, but with that mod, it makes it go even further. And I should do that on one figure at least to try it and see if I want to do it on others. I saw it with a Black Panther, and I think that is the figure that I would want to do it with, as I love that Black Panther. But anyways, that is besides the point. But like I was saying, there isn't that much more to talk about. Just a blue body with some white stripes throughout, and the gold gloves and the gold boots, which is a very nice change of pace. Although I don't like the marbleization, as always, on this figure. As you can see, it is there on the boots and all the gold parts as well, not really on the belt. But that being said, I don't have that much more to talk about. So let's get into the articulation for this Star-Lord. Now, as for the articulation on this guy, it is actually quite good, as the Vulcan body mold is always usually good. The head sculpt does go up that much, down, a little bit of tilt, full 360. Arms go out that much. Whoa, that is more than I remember. Then you do have the butterfly joint, which does have quite good range, even though, like I mentioned, you can increase that range with a simple mod. Bicep swivel, full 360, double jointed pinless elbows, and then the hands do go up, down, and full 360 on a vertical hinge, this pair and this side. And then on this side, you have the fist, which goes up, down, and full 360 on a horizontal hinge. Ab crunch does go forward that much. Back, full 360 for your waist cut. Legs kick forward that much. Back splits, upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless, beautiful knees, and then boot rotation. One thing I noticed though is that paint does not match with the color of the gold here, but anyways, not a huge deal. And then the feet do go up that much, down, and of course, beautiful ankle rockin' pivot. Now, first for comparisons, here we have Star-Lord next to Star-Lord, as well as Star-Lord, more specifically the Volume 3 Star-Lord, as well as the PX Previews or Entertainment Earth Star-Lord from the 5-pack. Next up here, we have the comic Star-Lord next to the comic Yondu, review coming up for him very shortly in the next 2 days, matter of fact, as well as the retro-carded Fantastic Four High Evolutionary figure. Here we have the comic Star-Lord next to the comic Rocket, as well as the comic Drax. Both are from that same 5-pack with the other comic Star-Lord that I just showed this guy next to. Here we have the comic Star-Lord next to the War Machine, as well as the 80 Years of Marvel Captain America. And lastly, for comparisons, here we have the comic Star-Lord next to Nova, as well as Quasar. Now, as for my final thoughts on this Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends series Guardians of the Galaxy comic Star-Lord figure, I think he's an okay figure in general. There really isn't that much going on. Like I said, though, it is just a Vulcan body with a new head sculpt and a new belt, and that shouldn't detract from a figure because a lot of reuses are quite good, and this guy is no exception, although the paint really does bring this figure down, especially with that price. It just does not feel like he is worth it, at least in my opinion. But as always, let me know what you think of him in the comments down below. Are you going to pick him up? Are you not? Do you like him? Do you not? As always, start a conversation, and I will try my best to respond. But until my next video, I have been Jagger Collector, he has been Star-Lord, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.